Have you ever wondered what energy consumption would look like if the government weren't involved? The reason I ask it that way is that if you live in a city, you most likely subscribe to some kind of public utility, whether you want to or not. You are hooked up into the system, and every time you use electricity of any way, shape, or form, maybe water, maybe gas, whatever your utility, it's most likely being governed by some form of regulation. And in most cases, what it does is it prevents any other company from rising up and offering that commodity. It's basically a monopoly. And they do it ostensibly to protect the public. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what it would look like because I've never seen a life without government intervention in this area. But I understand that back in the day, we're talking like over 100 years ago, when there were multiple sources for people to be able to heat their homes with coal or with wood or with having heating oil delivered, without having the electric company breathing down their neck and making people subscribe, or basically disallowing them from having electricity hooked up any other way except to subscribe to their service, that there were quite a variety of different companies that would offer these services. Now, look, I understand electricity is a wonderful commodity. However, all of these wires connecting everyone, could it look differently? I mean, what if things had gone a different way and we had seen the Tesla approach, where energy was provided, in a sense, free of charge for people, just unlocking the mysteries of the universe? I'm not even sure how that works, but I've seen enough in terms of the technology we now use with Wi-Fi. It's out there, and some people, some stores offer it for free, some require you to have a password, some require you to buy something and then they give you free access, some just simply sell you access to Wi-Fi. That could be done with power, right? The reason I throw this out is that there's yet another story about the subsidies that are being paid the fossil fuel energy industry. And here in Alaska, we've seen quite a bit of it because there is so much money to be made from oil. And because for so many years, Alaska has had the oil company teat firmly in its teeth. Over the years, there's been quite a bit of malinvestment, meaning that people have been encouraged to invest money in projects that were not going to pan out, and that most people realized by looking at the geologic figures that, yeah, it's not going to pan out. But they were encouraged to invest there because of political influence. Most recent being, in the last 10 years or so, there have been these oil tax credits that the state of Alaska has been offering. And some people are like, oh, they're just tax credits. What's the big deal? They're not just tax credits. They are cash subsidies. If you submit and say, yes, I'm going to drill here, I get this tax credit, then the state has turned around and turned that into cash money that has been paid to these companies. I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong when it happens on a small scale with welfare. I think it's wrong when it happens on a big scale with a corporation. The point is this. We have absolutely no idea what might be out there if we didn't have the government constantly interfering and disallowing other people from entering into the marketplace with their ideas. Just throwing it out there. We've talked about the idea of flying cars. It's been kept away. We've been talking about the idea of the free energy network from Tesla. What else is out there? Send me an email. Tell me. We'll talk about it. Steve@radiofreespeech.com.